Well, good morning. This is Houndog Steve wishing you a very pleasant morning, and you may ask why I'm all wrapped up in layers in my dirty old togs here at this time of the morning, because it is a cold, misty morning. And so I'm going to bring you one of the joys of living off-grid with a wood furnace, because the other night the circulation pump on the wood furnace failed, which of course meant there was no transfer of heat into the building. And it's okay, the dog was running at me with a great big stick in her mouth. I thought she was going to knock the tripod over and everything. So anyway, the heat, well, there was some residual heat in the house, but so that entailed a mad drive down to a place called Burgessville, which is the other side of Brantford. So that's a basically a 750 kilometer round trip to the only dealership. Now, I probably could have got a pump somewhere else, but I decided to go whole hog and get a whole bunch of parts just in case. Just in case. Okie dokie, let's take a little look around and I'll go show you what the problem is. Okie dokie, here we go. So here we go, here's my new toy. Yes, I went out and bought an ATV. It's used, it's year 2000, but it was basically used as a workhorse, and so it didn't get a lot of beaten up on the trail. I just had two front tires to put on there. So we got a tune-up, an oil change. What I like about it being a 2000 is no computer. You see, it's all mechanically driven. And so you can actually fix this. You can put your own spark plugs in, that kind of stuff. Now I did get them to put a winch on the front there, because I'm going to be hauling some logs out of the bush. But it's actually in pretty good shape. The plastic's all in good shape. So we've been for a boot. The dog, she's not quite sure what to make of all of that. Anyway, this is what I went down to pick up in Burgessville. This is the pump in question. It's a nice compact little pump, but I also got a fan kit. There is a solenoid in there. There is a thermopile to connect up to the switching for the fan, and there is a door seal. And here we go, let's go take a little look at this offending beast here. Of course, you know, when it got hot, and you can see there is still some smoke coming out of that chimney. Of course, it boiled over, and we splashed a whole bunch of water out of the top spout there. But yeah, this is the little baby we're going to be replacing today. It shouldn't take too long. It's a fairly straightforward job, but it just shows you how dependent you are. This one pump failure, wow, I can't imagine this happening in February when everything is like really cold. We were blessed having this happen now, and able to go down and to yes, get another one fairly quickly, same day. So that's what happens when you open the door. And that is with baffle bypass on. But anyways, you can see there is still wood burning in there, and it's still quite warm. Anyway, I'm going to close the door. This little lever here, right here, this is your baffle bypass. You pull that out, and that bypasses the heat straight up the chimney. Okay, so there's the offending little baby right there, and you can see that is the seal that sits in this slot in here. Now the new pump will be fine, but when you look at these flanges, when you feel that is kind of rough, so I'm just going to sandpaper that down both sides so it's a nice smooth fit and we don't get any leaking after it is installed. So once you're certain those faces are smooth to the touch, you can go ahead and install those seals on the pump, and then we can put the pump in. Now, one of the things I always like to do is I take a little dab of white grease and I just put that on the O-ring, and it just helps it to stay in place, and it gives it a nice tight seal. There's a little mechanics trick for you. And there you go. There's the finished job. Pump's installed. It's actually running. Tighten down the electrics, make sure everything's okay. Just got to put the back cover on now, and the heating system is up and running. But it just goes to show you, one little pump and the whole thing is down. Yep, that's the thing that concerns me about this. That's why I bought all those extra parts, just in case. Now, they said the parts supply was pretty good, but you know what? These days you can't tell. So I'd rather have them in my hand rather than running around like a blue-ass fly trying to locate them. Now, just one other little thing, I don't know if you can see down here, there is quite a gap, and there's a gap around here, and I am just going to fill that with these little bats of wire wool, and that will just stop the critters from climbing up, because I'll tell you, it's nice and toasty warm in there, and there's all kinds of things would love to make a nest. So one of the little things you've got to take care of. Look at that handsome dog. Oh my God, is she beautiful? Look at that. And there you are, covers back on, job well done. And as you can see, the fan is on, bringing up the temperature. It's 156 degrees Fahrenheit. And there she is. Sure glad that's done. And I'm sure glad it happened now rather than in the really cold darkness of winter. And of course, as you know, the antenna is now up and running. And you know what? You hear that dog? She is the craziest little thing. Her mom used to do this. She has got herself under the deck here. She was in here the other day. She got herself out. What a dumb old dog. Anyway, I guess she wants a little hideaway there. So thankfully she wasn't stuck. But you know, the problem is she's getting so darn big, she can't quite get into those places that she used to be able to get into. And this is my new addition to the balcony. I thought I'd put a proper bird feeder up because they were making a bit of a mess on the deck here, and so I thought I'd put some edges on to contain that. And we've got some blue jays coming in, and that's about it so far. A couple of chickadees. Anyway, once they get used to this, I'm sure I'll be seeing a lot more during the winter. It's going to be kind of fun. Anyway, that's about it from me. That's the catch up so far. Things are coming along. Be cutting some trees down shortly. Oh, and I put a trail cam up, and I got a couple of shots. One of a deer going past the trail cam and a bear checking out the camera. So anyway, like I say, that's about it from the old Houndog here on a cool, damp, almost November. It's Halloween tomorrow. Then we'll be going into November, and that is when the weather will really start to change. The temperature starts to dip down. So in the meantime, this is Houndog signing off, wishing you a wonderful morning, and we'll talk very, very shortly. You take care now. Bye.